Afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. So today we're going to be going over 9 essential tips that we're going to be needing in Call of Duty Warzone. So these 9 tips are going to very much help you and succeed in getting that first dub, or maybe a couple more dubs on Call of Duty Warzone. These 9 tips are basically kind of the basics of the game, but some people don't know them. Some people do. Some people do know them, but they just don't know how to use them to a certain extent. So we're just going to go right on into it, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright guys, the first tip is down but not out. So what I mean by this is when you get knocked and you die, you can actually enter something called the Gulag. And in the Gulag, you will be able to 1v1 somebody that has also been killed. And you will just, in this system, you will just wait up on the top of the ring, and you'll basically wait your round until you can go into the Gulag and 1v1 yourself. And now in the 1v1, either you win or you don't. And if in the case that you do win, you will actually redeploy immediately after your fight, and you're back into the fight, and you have a good chance of actually taking the dub. So, and now on the bad case, say you don't win. So when this happens, you can still join the fight. There's no doubt about that. You can still join the fight, but your team needs to have $4,500 in order to redeploy you. Now, the redeployment system on this is basically unlimited. You could get unlimited redeploys with this system, but basically the only time where it won't work is when you're in the final circle and there's no buy stations nearby. So when this happens, basically you're done. You can't come back into the fight. But when it comes down to that, anytime before that, you're coming back into the fight. They can bring you back in. You can come back into the fight, and there's a good chance you guys could come back and get that dub in this game. So don't rage quit, which I am actually a huge person that rage quits when I kind of lose the Gulag, but I need to remember that my teams can still buy me in. And remember that you only have one shot in the Gulag. After the one shot, you can't go back into the Gulag. After that, after you go down after that one shot, you will have to get bought back in from the rest of the remainder of the game. So now for tip number 2, we're going to be talking about the ping system. Now in the ping system, this is pretty much a very critical asset in the game. So this is mainly used for people that don't have mics, or they don't communicate because they're in a party with their own teammate and you're playing with that one random, you know what I mean? So when this happens, your only solution is to use the ping system. Now when using the ping system, you're going to most likely ping weapons, ping where to go next. And now this is the cool feature that they have about this ping system is actually that the fact that when you ping something, it actually shows a little miniature picture of the item, and it'll show the rarity that it is. It could be common, uncommon. I think there's a rare, epic, and legendary. So those are the varieties of what you can get. And in these systems is very useful to actually ping items. As you can see, you can ping buy stations, scavengers, all the contracts, everything you could possibly ping. You could basically ping anything in this game. And so that's what I mean. It's a very good way to show people, you show your teammates what you want, what you have, and if they need it, you can ping it for them so you can just drop them. So especially with like guns that that they barely just dropped in from redeployment, you could give them essentially a very good weapon right off the bat, because you just ping it and tell them, hey, it's right here, pick it up, and you guys are good to go. So that's it for tip number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed that tip. We're gonna move on to tip number 3. Now in tip number 3, guys, we're going to be talking about the mounting system that they have in Call of Duty. Now if you're familiar with Call of Duty and you've been playing it, you've had it since a multiplayer and the beginning of the game, you're pretty familiar with the mounting system. And now for the people that have just downloaded the Warzone for the free, the free to play Warzone, well, there is a feature called where you can mount your weapon on basically anything, any wall, any corner, any item basically that you can kind of sit above. And with this feature, it actually is very useful, especially when you're in like a far distance battle. So what you would want to do, I don't really use it that much. I really need to, but you would just basically go up to a corner, mount your weapon, and basically what it does, it reduces your recoil. It reduces basically almost everything. It reduces everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I just seen where my buddy crashed into the plane right there. He crashed the plane into a tree. I remember that part. But going on with the tip, um, yeah, you basically when you mount, it takes away all sway. It takes away any recoil. It reduces everything. So basically, you're almost 100% accurate with your shots. Almost all shots, if you're on their body, you're gonna land those. So make sure you're using this feature because you're probably gonna knock down somebody with no problem if you're mounted up on a wall. So use this feature; it's extremely useful. So keep an eye out for that when you're on next to a wall. Make sure you're able to mount some. I'm not sure if they're able to do it to all walls. I've tried to do it to a couple of walls, and it didn't really work out that great. It wouldn't even let me use it, so just look out. They need to fix that, but just keep an eye out for that. And I'm pretty sure you can mount on almost any object, so use it. It will help you so much. Now, for tip number 4, guys, we're going to be talking about the contracts that are in Call of Duty Warzone. So there is 3 particular contracts in Call of Duty Warzone. There is Recon, Scavenger, and Bounty. Now I'm going to go over go over each one individually. So Scavenger, the first one is Scavenger. Scavenger, you're going to go ahead and pick this contract up, and you're going to go look around for loot boxes. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure 100% of the time, it's 3 particular loot boxes, and most of them, if you have the contract, they're high tier loot, so you're almost guaranteed a rare and above from the contract, and usually the last loot box will have a legendary. So getting these loot boxes will give you cash, legendary weapons, a bunch of other stuff, and then also the very last loot box will give your whole team gas masks, which is essential because during the last circle, in order to get those 200 IQ kills, you're gonna want to run out and basically flank everybody from outside the circle, which is a bad idea, but yet a good idea. So you're gonna need those gas masks. So that's the first one contract. It's gonna be Scavenger. So our second one is gonna be Recon. Now Recon, this one is kind of a more dangerous contract out of most of them. So Recon, you're gonna be holding down a location. So it's gonna be like domination, where you hold down a point. It's gonna be like hardpoint as well, where you hold down a place and you basically hold it down for about a minute to, I don't know, I forgot how long it is, but it's quite a while. And it shoots out a flare and it sends it out so people can see this flare. So people will know that you're holding down that place, and they can come to you and basically swipe you. They can, because most of these places are going to be at buy stations, and buy stations are always out in the open. So be very careful with the recon ones. But the perks of having the recon, they give you cash and they'll tell you where the next circle is going to be at. So you will have the advantage once you complete it because you will know where the next circle is at. So that's the one really cool thing about recon. It tell you where the next circle is going to be at. And now the last contract is actually Bounty. Now Bounty is actually an extremely risky one, but it's the highest payout from all the contracts, which is you basically go hunt a player down. And now with the Bounty, they give you a specific area. They don't pinpoint the actual enemy, but they give you a specific area where the enemy is going to be at. Now you can go look for them, and you can go kill them, or it can backfire because most of the time people, when they're getting hunted, they hold down a fort and they basically wait for you to come to them, and they will basically melt you guys down the moment you walk into a building because almost 10 out of 10 they're hiding in a building waiting for you to come to them. So this one is extremely difficult, but if you do get it, it's almost a 3,000 to 4,000 pay for each of your players. And then considering if you've already done more contracts, it could be a bigger payout. So I highly recommend doing them, but be careful because you can get pinched really bad with the bounty. So be careful with those. So that's it for tip number 4. We're going on to number 5. Now, with tip number 5, guys, you're going to be talking about loadout drops. Now, if you have seen it says loadout drop incoming, you should definitely run to those because when you go to a loadout drop, it will give you your own personal loadout from your own classes. And the best thing about these, you get your perks, everything. You get everything. Your grenades, your tacticals, all of the attachments on your weapons, everything. And so this way you're more comfortable with your own weapons. And so this gives you a huge advantage. So you should definitely run to those loadout drops, guys, because you will have your own class and you'll be more comfortable with that always. And so it's best if you do it, just run to those, make sure you get them, and then basically you're going to be set for the rest of the game. You won't be looting for a gun, you won't be looking out for anything like, oh, I need a better weapon. All you're going to be looking out for is basically ammo because you're going to be running through ammo like crazy because you have your own guns. Now, for tip number 6, guys, we're going to be talking about custom loadout. Now, this is essential because you would want to make your own custom class specifically for Warzone. Now, the reason I recommend this is because, say you have the guns that you use for multiplayer, those guns are not going to be viable in Warzone because those are mainly meant for short to medium range battles. And Warzone is a huge map if you haven't played yet. So you're going to need those long distances guns. You're going to need those assault rifles that do damage at long range. You're going to need sniper rifles. You're going to need LMGs, RPGs, all that stuff. So go ahead and make a loadout that is going to make you take those dubs in the game. You're going to want those you're going to need them. You're going to need them. There's no other way to put it no other way to put it. You're going to need a special loadout just for Warzone. So do it. You're going to save yourself a lot of time, a lot of rage quitting because you're going to have your own weapon. Just do it. It's going to help you in the long run. Just do it, guys. Now, for tip number 7, guys, this is going to be kind of a little bit different, but look for flares in the sky. One of two things that the flares represent are either someone going for a recon contract, and or a team has redeployed their teammate. And now the reason why this is essential, if it's a redeployment, that means they're down a man. So they are shorthanded. You're gonna definitely want to go rush those because you could eliminate a squad. So that's one less squad you have to worry about in Warzone. But also be careful because there's also going to be other teams looking out for those flares, and they could possibly see the same flare that you saw. And the reason why I say you want to look out for that because that means they might be pushing, and now you guys have 4 squads instead of the one squad you guys thought you guys were going to go against. So look out for that because it could be good for you guys because you guys could pick up on their cash, you guys could pick up on their weapons, pick up on their ammo, everything. But be careful because you might get more than you expected if you go to those flares. So it's up to you and your play style. So if you are the guy that likes to be aggressive, for all means, go for those flares. But if you're a kind of guy that likes to lay back, stay low, and battle less necessary, just don't go for the flares. So it all just depends on your play style. So watch for the flares if you're aggressive, ignore the flares if you're not aggressive. Now for tip number 8, guys, I'm going to be talking about sticking with your squad. Now the reason why it kind of goes unspoken, it's an unspoken rule, but for people that like to play on their own, they go push, and don't consider about their squad, you're most likely going to get swept by a team. That's just how it is. You're going to get swept by a team no matter what. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get swept. And the reason why I say stick with your team, stick with your squad, is because if you guys are in a battle and someone runs up on you, they're going to get outgunned. It's a 3v1, a 3v2. And even if it is a 3v3, you guys can most likely aim on one person and you guys will most likely be able to pick off one person at a time. So this is going to be very essential for you guys because it will benefit you. You guys are not going to be outgunned and outmanned. So always stick with your squad. Sticking with your squad is going to make it so much easier for guys to get those dubs because you're not going to be worrying about, oh, where's my team? Where's my team? Because you guys are going to be with your team. So stick with it. Don't leave your team behind. Stay with your team. That's one of the main tips that will benefit you in this game. Always stick with your team. Don't leave your team behind. For the final tip, guys, this is tip number 9. So, kill streaks. Now, kill streaks in this game are honestly hit or miss, to be completely honest with you. They can either help you, or it would just be a complete waste of a kill streak. Now, it all just depends. You know, if it's a small circle, kill streaks are going to benefit you a lot because you're going to be doing damage because you know the circle's small and there's no way they're going to get around it unless they run into the circle. So, kill streaks are extremely beneficial at end game. Now, if you want a kill streak that will help you, during mid game, I honestly just recommend using UAV. Using a UAV will tell you your location. Now, one feature that they don't really tell you, if everyone on your team has a UAV and you guys all activate it at once, it will show everyone in the map. Everyone throughout the entire map. Like, I'm not even joking you. I've done it once or twice, and it is insane. So much little red dots pop up. So, it's not really beneficial. It's just, it's a crazy thing to see. It only lasts about 20 to 30 seconds, but it's extremely crucial because you know where everyone's at. Now, using a UAV at endgame is also extremely beneficial because when the circle's small and you think they're hiding in a building and you just don't know where they're at, use the UAV because it will pinpoint where they're at. So recommend it. The other kill streaks are precision airstrike and cluster strike. Those are mainly used when you guys are in an open field. Use those in an open field because when you're in an open field in a small circle, you're most likely 9 or 8 out of 10, you're going to hit somebody. You're going to knock off all their shield. You can actually even knock them. And I've seen a couple of people actually team wipe the final squad with the kill with their precision airstrike or their cluster strike. It's crazy. So I honestly recommend using kill streaks at the end of the game. They're extremely reliable at the end of the game. Not so much during mid game because the circle's too big. They can run away, and it's going to be basically a waste of a kill streak. So look out for that. So always try to pick up a kill streak towards the end of the game. It's totally worth it. Don't ignore the kill streaks. Use them, guys. It will help you get a dub for sure. So that's the end of this video, guys. I greatly appreciate if you stuck around through the entire video. I'm pretty much going to leave this video running. It's actually a video with me and my buddy. We got the dub on this match. We were actually shorthanded the entire match. It was just me and him. We didn't even have a third squad member. So if you stuck around this long and you want to see us take this dub, I hope you can stick around and watch it. We had a huge blast. You can actually hear our reaction at the end of the game. We actually didn't even expect to win the game just because we're a short man. But only because you're short man doesn't mean you can't take the dub, guys. Just stay focused. Make sure you're on pinpoint. Make sure you land all your shots, and you guys got it. Don't even worry about it. So we took this dub, and I hope you stick around to finish watching this video. It's actually a pretty good video. I actually sniped a guy like 6 times, back to back to back, knock him like 6 times because he keeps on peeking his head. But people never learn. So just watch it. It's a really fun video. This is like one of my favorite matches I've had so far on Call of Duty Warzone because it's actually my best friend I'm playing with. So I hope you guys can stick around and watch the video. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
I'm avoid contact if you want to answer that message. Damn. Mark where we should go.
Try to get high ground,
bro. Hell yeah, we're in buildings right here. Wanna go here? Yeah.
What's up, Unis?
Smart.
What you doing?
Moving up.
Just got off work or what? Nice.
Unlooted?
fucking I was
Moving
supposed to go
out.
deliver. Well,
Fuck that.
yeah, you see how bad it was? How the hell you get up there, MJ?
Ascend.
Huh?
For the elevator. I marked a.
We've got gas moving in.
We're inside a circle. Stock up, get set.
Get calibrated.
You have a sniper?
Yeah, I do. I have a heartbeat sensor, so no one's near us.
Okay, perfect. Shooting over here.
Hostiles in the area.
Across the fucking
Oh
map.
my!
It was over there.
On my marker?
Right there.
All right.
UAV. Good shit, G. I'm looking.
Yeah, he was right there. I'm not sure if he was by himself. I'm pretty
Body
sure it was a
armor,
squad, but
Yeah, we get lit right here. We have a armor.
Mark out. Moving.
pretty sure I already have 5 on me.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go down the other stairs to see if there's anything popping over there.
There's people there.
This way, moving.
Don't peek your head again.
Ooh.
Don't do it.
Gotta expose them on the live stream, bro.
Down again.
Damn. Up on top?
Yeah, he's back here.
Mark out, I'm going.
Oh my god. Fuck, poor kid.
Man.
Oh, he was sick if you could just finish him after the second knock.
Don't try to peek me. You're not gonna get. Oh my god.
Got an assault rifle.
And I'm about to pick him off again. Brother's there. No, no, my shield. You get him, Jay?
Yeah, I'm on first floor. I'm gonna go back up right now. Getting cash.
Yeah, these kids hella dip. They're like, nope, alright, I'm not doing this.
I have UAV by the way too. Going up, going up. Yeah, let's keep an eye on our mini marker, bro.
We've got gas moving in.
Car.
Coming to you?
I'm going to you, I'm going to you. I'm on 8th floor. 9th. You got off, huh?
Yeah, they did. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
Closing doors. Look where they got off. They're shooting. Somewhere over here.
Hostiles in the area.
Yeah. We can get these kills.
This kid's
Alright,
really
moving
trying to
up.
fucking with the RPG, dude. Come on, man. Do better.
Yeah, bro.
Better.
Up on top there, where you sniped him.
Yeah, he's still there.
Send me a message. Let's see. Please take heed. Homeland Security is preparing to mobilize the National Guard. Preparing to dispatch them across the U.S. along with the military. They will also call in the first responders. They are preparing to announce a nationwide 2-week quarantine for all citizens. All businesses closed. I think it's nationwide.
Damn.
My uncle sent me this. Everyone at home. They will announce this as soon as they have troops in place to help prevent looters and rioters. They will announce before the end of the weekend. Within 48 to 72 hours, the president will invoke what is called the Stafford Act.
Oh, that's him.
President. Got him coming?
Got him.
Oh shit! Teabag his bitch ass.
Knocked him out of this guy.
Good shit, bro. Let me finish reading this because I think this is really important. The president will order a 2-week mandatory quarantine for the nation.
Yes, I hit him. No
Stock
way.
up on whatever you need to make sure you have a 2-week supply of everything.
Niggas have been doing that for like, they've been supplying for like 2 years already.
Same.
Bro, can you send that to me?
I got you. Send it to you right now in 3, 2, 1.
I just knocked him again, bro. He doesn't learn.
No way. Good God.
Ground.
There, Jay, you got a sniper ammo, dude. Knocked again, dude. Oh my God, stop.
Dude.
Stop it.
The nigga needs to quit. Hey, we have hella cash. We need it. I'm dropping ammo. I'm dropping all of it.
Box of high caliber.
Dude, he's mad. Don't even come to this side of the building. Stay on the other side, bro. Just stay on the other side. Oh man, I've knocked him like 5 times already. Look, MJ, look over there. See those? Ah, the flare already went away.
Damn it.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Hostile.
Oh my God.
Oh!
I hit him for shield.
Oh, I got him!
No way, MJ. I sniped him for all his. I sniped him for all his shield.
Dude, I seen his fucking blood splatter. I'm clipping it.
You see him snipe his shit or what?
Yeah. Dude, I can't believe you hit him with that bolt.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude. I'm deadly with the snipes. No. I'm deadly with the snipes on any game, bro. I'm telling you. I'm so deadly with the snipes, man.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Too deadly, bro. Best sniper in the class. Hey, on us. People below us. Right here.
Hostiles in the area.
Yeah,
On us, right here. They're here, there.
Two people?
UAV. Let's play smart. I'm going on top of the thing. Yeah. UAV on us. I got a UAV.
Okay. Oh, they're gone. Well, I can't see with my heartbeat sensor. Okay, yeah, they're here. I can see with my heartbeat sensor down here. Yep, they're here.
Okay.
They're there. Watch it.
Healing. No.
I'm hitting.
Ground.
If you want to try to run across, I'll be right here. Cover me.
Pull this off.
Cover me. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up.
Flash the room. Flashed him. He's flashed.
Fuck.
It's all good, it's all good. Wait for them. Wait for them.
Only 25 left. Keep up the good work.
He went back down?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cover the other room, bro.
They're like 2 levels underneath us. They're 3
Okay,
points.
oh, zone.
We're in zone if we stay right here, MJ. We're in zone
Okay.
if we stay right over here on this side.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Bro, I still can't believe you got the kill. You guys, the guy sniped. You sniped.
You finished him off though. I just took off his shield.
They went back down, huh? They didn't want to risk it. Hey, you have a sniper. Peek this window.
Moving.
I'm guarding, bro. Yeah, you snipe. I'm gonna guard the stairs. California governor orders the state 40 million residents to stay at home.
Just ripped this kid's shield off.
Gas is moving.
Yep, you better run, dude. Hey, fuck. Circle, MJ. Circle.
Oh no!
Come back and just jump. We'll go this way.
This way, moving.
I'm with you, G. Go in the building.
There's people right over there across with us.
10 remaining. Keep it
Hear
up.
people on us.
They're right here. Go upstairs, MJ. Go
This
upstairs.
way, moving.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Up these stairs.
I lost you.
Shit. They're right here, MJ.
I'm coming up. I don't know where the stairs are at.
They're right here. I pinged it.
All right, moving up.
Oh, I see him. Going up.
Got gas
I got you,
inbound.
I got you.
We gotta go zone.
There's people right in front of us. Dude, this is a small fucking circle.
We just play it together. We win.
They're gonna stay inside that building.
Please go to zone now.
This is
I'm in zone.
Right here. We're in zone right here.
Eddie, loot right here. Loot.
5 remain. Stay sharp.
I need that.
Gas is
Going.
Need armor.
On me.
Shit, I'm going. Dude. Let's go!
Let's go! Dude, 2-man army! Let's go! On the stream. Let's go! Zenny! Let's go! Finish the whole map off, bro. And you sniped